have that person make the calls. When I asked, do I have to do all this? That's exactly what my mentor said. She goes, absolutely not. Here's what you have to do. Make a list and get them on the phone with me. I'm like, hold up, that's all I have to do? Absolutely, until you feel comfortable doing these calls yourself. That could take 2 months, that could take a year, it doesn't matter. Until you say, I'm comfortable enough. And the reason I convinced the girls, Jackie and Susie, to do this session is because, to be totally blunt with you, I haven't really been coached in this business to do 3 ways. And that's how I knew, I've only done this one other time, to build a team. So I reached out to Kim Martin and I'm like, you guys do 3 ways? She goes, yeah. I said, oh, because they're not talked about on these training calls so much. They get mentioned. But it's mostly, you know, introduce the gel, talk about your testimony, close the deal. I said, I need 3 ways. I don't know how to do it any other way. I mean, I was the #1 recruiter in that company. Our team was the most money-making team, all the things that matter. The things that matter to me, that 12 girls got a luxury car. Of those 12, 2 had ever done MLM before. 2. So, it's because we were coachable and we used 3-way calls. And we listened, guys, I have to be honest. The listening went a long way to getting people on the 3-way. If you've never done a 3-way, I want to do etiquette real quick. If you have, bear with me. You got to edify the expert, the diamond ambassador, the life coach, whoever's on the 3-way with you. Because I don't want to be on the phone with somebody I don't know anything about. She had edified my friend Mindy, right? She had said she went through a divorce. She found this. She was a 6-figure earner. She gave her some clout, I like to say, because edify is only a word I ever heard in MLM. Yeah. Clout. Clout. Gave her some clout, right? And if you're on the other end, if you are bringing a prospect on the call, can you please tell your 3-way expert a little bit about the prospect? Because I do 3-ways now, and they'll text me, hey, I have someone, can you do a 3-way? The next thing you know, the phone's blown up. I don't know where the person is, who they are, if they're male or female, their name, you know, just a little bit. For instance, hey, can you do a 3-way with Tina? She's a bank executive. She makes good ching-chang, but she really loves cruises and she wants a little extra cruise money, and I think the gel may be, you know, a great choice for her. And I love cruises. I'm actually leaving one on Tuesday. If that hurricane doesn't come, so everyone blow it away. But I could actually have a conversation about cruises, right? So if you share a little bit about your prospect with the 3-way, right, you will automatically have a connection there on that phone call. And then after you edify and introduce each other, if you could just hit that button that is called MUTE. Because, as we said in the beginning, this is really about the prospect and the expert. We know you know everything. We know you've listened to Dr. George's calls like 17 times, okay? We know that you know Joe Giuliano's comp plan videos and Brian Miro's comp plan videos. You can sit right here and you can be them. But the point is to make your prospect feel like they don't need to do all that. Here's a person in the atmosphere that's going to answer all my questions. So when I build a team, I could just ask a person? Yes, you can. It is the call that will build a dream team. I can stand here and say that because I went from skeptic to one of the top earners in the company thanks to a fantastic team. And more importantly, that company got sold and none of us were happy and there was some unethical stuff done. So we all left. But to this day, we're all in different companies. Some of them are in this company. To this day, we're friends. I have a girl who left the company before we got sold. She left. She was a top earner. You know why she left? Because learning business skills, learning listening, learning building relationships. She decided to pursue her dream of opening a salon. She has one of the hottest salons about an hour from here up in Port St. Lucie because of what she learned in network marketing, because that was her dream. That is what it's about, guys. It is not about me. It is not about me getting to Diamond Ambassador. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is about us listening for pain that we can help in the other person. And if along the way we get a $25,000 check, that is icing on the cake. So I'm going to ask you, even if you're a professional network marketer, to try the 3 ways if you're not. And if you are, congratulations, that's amazing. And I'm just going to say that the 3-step process is so easy. You make that list. And may I encourage you, because I taught myself this and the first company, when people were talking on the stage, when we would have conferences, I would jot down people's names that I had prospected and maybe they had said no, or they were customers and I thought they might want to become a distributor. And if something was said that would relate to them, I'm going to use Alex, the most amazing CEO ever, as an example. I've interviewed lots of famous CEOs. I have never heard, we had a little private meeting last night with him, I have never heard a CEO as ethical or as integral as Alex, ever, ever. So if you have somebody on your list, like me, who's a skeptic, you're gonna hear Alex, jot down their name, give them a call, say, hey, I know you think I'm crazy, but I gotta tell you what I heard from Alex, our CEO, because I think you will appreciate this. He's gonna give back, you're gonna hear all about it. If you have somebody that wants to give back, somebody that's charitable, jot down their name. The conversation changes when I'm saying something to you about this company that matters to you. It absolutely changes. So jot down their names while you're listening on the list and call them back. If it isn't for them, you know what to ask. Who do you know that is charitable? Who do you know that would like to be part of a company whose CEO is actually ethical? He's promised us he's never going to change the ingredients, guys. My first company went down the tubes because they changed the ingredients. We had the most incredible serum and they changed the ingredients. So put down names of people while you're listening to Danielle, while you're listening to Alex, while you're listening to Jackie is going to talk on journaling your way to diamond. If you know people that love journaling, oh my goodness, my company is talking about journaling. Imagine the conversation because you've listened, you know they love journaling. You're going to call them back, and if they are anywhere from a 5 in interest to a 10, you're going to get them on a 3-way, and you're going to build your team faster than you've ever seen before. Ever. Trust me. So I would like to thank you. I promised you I would let you get out early, and I know it's hot. The end of the story, my son went to Georgia Tech University. He did graduate with honors, and he is currently making more than his mom has ever made in any TV job. So thank you.